So what was happening, as I'd mentioned, with the spears was to take someone offline.
Yeah.
What you were doing was using your top hand. So there's, if you're staying there online for a minute, if I try to use my top hand to take you offline, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So if you stab from where you are forward, you're over there.
Yeah.
If I stab from where I've ended up,
You're over
I'm
there.
missing you.
Yeah.
Whereas if I use the bottom hand
Yeah.
and power it, so if you stay online here for a minute,
Yeah.
so at the moment you're online, I'm going to die, I want
Yeah,
to take
so
you offline, I use my bottom hand, this is my top hand, but I mean obviously bottomless spear, not where we are vertically. And then notice, although I've beaten you offline, I've still got the line.
Yeah.
So you practice that. So if I've got the line initially,
Yeah.
and then use your rear hand.
Yeah.
Nope, I saw you use the top hand.
Okay. So it's there and then.
Nope.
No.
I could see you using your left hand again.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're going to do it in the right-handed way or left-handed way.
Yeah.
But you need to use the rear hand to power it.
Yeah.
So since you're left-handed, you might find it.
Like that.
But as you
yeah.
did the beat,
I
you
did
took
it
your
too.
spearhead over there, so we're
Too
both
far.
offline.
Yeah.
If I have a firmer grip on my spear, that's better.
That's better.
Obviously the spear's a bit bent, but if
Yeah.
you've got the line, and this can also, if you have your spear point down,
Yeah.
this can still work. So still point it towards me, like you want to stab me in the leg or something. That's great. So if I want to take you offline, if I do it with my forward hand, yes, I've taken you offline, but I still have to recover, and it's just a matter of who recovers first. There's no proper advantage, especially if you've got a firm grip. So if you have a firm grip and you don't want to let go of it, we're just taking both of ourselves offline and no one has the advantage. And you might be faster than me. No, thank you. Whereas, if I use this rear hand, I can power it. And again, this is why spear should be a fairly ambidextrous art, unless you're using it one with a shield, and obviously you are single-handed with it. But when you're using a spear or quarterstaff or something like that, two-handed, you should be able to power it both. In this case, I'm using I'm doing it left-handed for the power, in which case, I can power it. Or, and you don't need to swap hands, it should work both ways. I did it not quite as great, but I still kept the line. I'd worry and maybe try again because you were still a bit online. I didn't do it well, but what matters is I'm starting to take you offline, even if only a bit, because maybe you're really strong or have structured yourself well. But obviously I want to keep the line as well. If I do it with my front hand, we're all the way over here. No one's going to win.
It probably goes into grappling then if it's close enough, like
whereas
we did.
with the rear hand,
all in.
Notice immediately there's that advantage. Now apart from that, I found that jabbing was really useful because I could tempt you into trying to beat me. So if you're just trying to stop me from taking the line, even if you use those principles I just mentioned, so I want to gain the line, we're doing a bit of this, a bit of this. So we're trying to just sort of control the line, and it doesn't matter if one person's the same handed as the other or whatnot, but by doing this and just trying to gain purchase and see how the person reacts, if they're not reacting much, you might find you can take them offline just the same way as I mentioned. But if they're really reactionary and you really want to take me offline, I go, okay, look, here's high, up here, stab. Notice there, even as I'm saying it to you, pretty much telling you what's happening, I'm still able to get that stab to the leg. It's all about, with the jabs, you're supposed to tempt the targets. And even if you're not necessarily tempting a target, I want to try it kind of part way, and that's one of the things I love about feints. You're not necessarily going, this is pretend, and then something real. I actually kind of am doing it for real. So if I'm starting a jab and I see you haven't reacted, oh well, I'll continue. You know? So rather than kind of doing some kind of flinchy movement to make them react, but it's not really doing anything, sure, you can maybe lull them into not reacting to you anymore, which is an advantage, or you can make them flinch and constantly fling everywhere in response to what you're doing, which is an advantage. But I kind of, at the end of the day, I want a really simple kill. You know, I just want to take this spear and go done. So I don't want to be sat there going dance, and then later on get the kill.
Yeah.
Because it's really tiring, especially for someone who's not very fit like me. So
want
instead,
simple.
if I'm trying a jab, you know, maybe you'll take it offline, maybe you'll take it offline.
Yeah.
And I can use it in this sort of way that we've been doing so far, powering with both arms. But I can also use it a bit like a pull cue, so I can do a bit of this, a bit of this, a bit of that. And now you can see it's even turning into that sort of sparring. But I can just do it part way. If I see you've done that, oh okay, try again. Oh okay, try that. Oh okay, try that. Oh look, this one can reach. So I commit when I want to. The feint is a real attack at the same time. I'm just sort of putting less commitment in. So I'm just trying it on. Oh, okay, I was defended. What about this? Oh, I was defended. Okay, you know, just try it on a little bit. If you defend it, oh, that's a shame. I wish I would have had it earlier, but oh, it's no skin off my nose, especially with the sharp bits. But if it is going to work, then at that point I can commit the rest of the way. So it's kind of little bit, oh! And I can push through. And you're literally able to push through. There were some moments where, of course, you saw we were both one-handing it and trying to just go for it. That was absolute commitment.
Yeah.
Once you've started doing this, you absolutely have to commit. But with the rest of the time doing kind of this stuff or this stuff, if you've still got your both arms on the spear, or if it's something more balanced where you're holding it in one hand, you can still do a couple of jabs and commit part of the way. The only reason this is full commitment is because you've got the iron, or in this case rubberized tip on the spear, and by the time you're extending it, it's really straining on the arms. But even somewhere like here, one hand, I can jab and part commit.
Yeah. That's it.
So that's your sort of, that's how you can gain control of the line with a spear. And bearing in mind you have, same with sword fighting, you have your 4 quadrants of a target in the main area. So if you're looking at, let's say here's my line, you should be able to find an opportunity to stab me in my upper left, in my upper right, in my lower left, and in my lower right. And again, this is helped and determined by the line that the other person's weapon gives, or whatever defense they've got. If they've got a shield, if they've got a sword, if they've got a spear. So here, now you're in my upper left, for the most part. Whereas here, upper right, and then of course the rest, you can have the lower left and lower right coming around my spear. But as you demonstrated earlier, you might find an opportunity where you can get in and go for the same line as a spear, because maybe someone's really offline. So that was the stuff I was trying to use against you in a sparring. So trying to use the quadrants, see what opens up. Sometimes stuff wouldn't open up, sometimes it would close. And of course, trying to just gain the line in the first place, because if I was able to displace your spearhead so it's over here somewhere, then I've pretty much got all of the quadrants open. It's just a matter of stabbing you before you gain the line and give me what for. So that's spear fighting, and for the audience I hope this was interesting. Having a partner to demonstrate on instead of just talking at the air.
It is nice.
Well, that shall be it, and obviously a little bit of showing off. See you all later.
Showing off.